actually showing my son some old footage of us living back in the States, and it's always a trip to see just how much you just will never see here in the Netherlands. But it's completely normal back in America. I mean, you'll see this stuff every day. I know, yes, I pulled up in a parking lot. Oh man, now the reason I'm actually making this video is because my son actually brought up an interesting point the other day. We were watching Cars, the movie, and he saw a school bus in Cars 3, and he was like, Dad, what's that? So I'm explaining to him what a school bus is and how these things are like in America, they're just big yellow buses and all sort of stuff. And I've actually showed him footage of a school bus. But now look, if you don't know what a school bus is a big old yellow, kind of orangish bus that carries a bunch of kids to school. It'll usually only run in certain parameters of the specific school that you're in and only pick up kids that go to that school in that parameter. And they're usually used for kids who live a little bit further away from the school and they can't walk to school. So back when I was in Atlanta, when I went to middle school in Atlanta, I could actually walk to school. So I didn't have to take the school bus. But when I went to high school in Atlanta, I actually had to take the school bus from my house to high school. The school bus would roll up, stop right in front of my house, pick me up, and keep going to pick up other kids and just take us right to school. And now, not all places in America have this, to be honest, because I remember being in Chicago where I remember specifically we needed to take an actual public transport bus, like one of the public transportation buses to get to school. They didn't really have a school bus. And yeah, these school buses are extremely common and they're really long, like these big, long, yellow, we call them the big cheese. But yeah, this is something that you just will not see in the Netherlands. I haven't seen not one big old fat yellow bus. But though, I have seen these small little scooter things that carry the kids. The driver's usually like maybe a teacher, and he's standing up driving and he's driving all the kids. My son actually went on one right before summer break. And dang, I wish I actually had a video of it. It is really dope. There's just a long seat and the dude's just standing up right behind it at the back, like riding it. And yeah, that's probably the closest thing to a school bus I have seen. Other than that, like the kids are just riding their bikes together. They have on vests and they'll ride the bikes with the teacher if they're going somewhere, or they're just walking with their vest on. Somehow I got into a group of teenagers. Now something else that was like extremely common back in the States that you just will not see here ever. Like I have not seen this one time. Because you see, in the States, when you go grocery shopping, right? No, we ain't talking about the tipping. Yes, you will see asking for tips now in grocery stores in the States. You definitely not seeing that here. But that's not what I'm talking about. What I'm actually talking about is when you're actually paying for your groceries, after the person rings it up, the cashier will ring it up, right? And then they will proceed to bag your groceries for you. I have never, ever seen this here. And man, they will just go hard in the paint on bagging your groceries. They'll double bag them for you if you got like glasses or heavy things. They'll even strap like a sticker thing on where you can like, it'll make a handle for you, like if you have like bottles of water or something like that, or a box, they'll make handles for you. They are going in on bagging and getting you ready to go out the door. And what's funny to me is that when I really think about it, it's kind of a bit ridiculous. Like, geez, how much convenience do we need? But yeah, man, I'll be honest, I have never, ever seen this here. Not one time. Never. I actually haven't seen it anywhere in Europe. I don't even think I've seen it in Asia either. I think this is one of those things that's extremely and uniquely American. Very, very American. And so yeah, you will not see this in the Netherlands. And now since we're talking about groceries and grocery stores, something else that you won't see that you'll see a lot in the States at grocery stores is once you're done, you got a bunch of bags, right? And you go out to the store. Sorry, that guy was all up in my grill. But yeah, once you leave the store, you got a cart full of groceries. A lot of times you will see people out trying to help other people put the groceries in their cars for like, well, obviously for a tip. Whoever scooter this is, I hope you don't mind. I was using it to prop up my camera. But yeah, you will never see this here. Like I mean, at least I've never seen it. That's something else I actually haven't seen globally. All the places I've been to, I've never seen anybody outside trying to help you know, customers put things in their cars or put them in their bikes or boxes, whatever. I've never seen anybody out there trying to do that for some money. And now, if I'm being honest, I have noticed that a lot of times it's just random people like kids, but then a lot of other times though, I have seen it where it's actually employees that work at the grocery store. They will just go out and help the people unload their carts. Something else that I've noticed that you just will not see here, which is a good thing, I really like this, is you will not see like major chain restaurants like McDonald's or just anything popular. You won't see them on every corner that you turn around. You are just not seeing them. Like, don't get me wrong, you do see them. You'll see them in certain areas here and there, but pimpin', you ain't seeing them like how you're seeing them in the States. Like, they are everywhere in the States. What I have noticed is you'll see most of this stuff like in Amsterdam or in like the city center of Rotterdam. You're seeing them in mostly city center parts of that city. But as soon as you just step outside a little bit, you don't see nothing. You're not finding these major chains like Burger King, KFC, all this. You're definitely not finding those. But in Harlem, for example, you'll see a place like Oscar's, and it's like 3 of them, right? In the city center. But as soon as you leave the city center, you ain't seeing them. Now, you'll see other local bakeries and grocery stores, but you're not seeing the big chains. And to me, personally, I like that. Now, if you couldn't tell, we are in Amsterdam, and this is where that Hard Rock Cafe is. It's a really nice square over there. But then also you have big park right over there, Vondel Park. Super nice, gorgeous park. I usually don't come over here that often, but today I felt dangerous. Also too, they used to have a spot called Sushi Samba right over there, and they replaced it with Grand Cafe. That's what they replaced it with. Believe it or not, but Sushi Samba is actually the place that I proposed to my wife at in London. But yeah, they just took it away. I don't know what they did. I think it just didn't do well during the pandemic, because I noticed that's when it was gone. Like right as the pandemic was ending, it moved away. Also too, another quick side note, it is back to school today. Like, everyone's supposed to be back at school, but dang, it is like super crowded. Now, I don't know what this square is, but you have the Irish pub right here. That's where the Sushi Samba used to be over there. And then you have the Hard Rock Cafe right over here. They're really cool. Actually, both of these places are actually pretty good. The Hard Rock Cafe is good, as well as this Irish pub. I actually filmed 2 videos in both of these places. And you see you have a feast pad that runs right through the square. Really cool too as well. So everybody can come from the park that way and come all the way through this way and go on their way. And yeah, this is definitely one of my favorite squares. Again, especially with the feast pad going through, and this is usually with water. For some reason, it's not on. They also have the chess tables right here set up. Very kind of remind me of New York and Atlanta. And then over here, you also have this whole like little, I don't know, I can't tell if these are office spaces or what. I can't really tell. Maybe office spaces, maybe apartments. I don't know. You guys you can let me know. But there used to be something right here. I can't remember. I thought there was like a big chess thing right here. But yeah, I don't see it no more. We got some guys playing chess right over there. A whole group of people. I would go whoop them up, but I don't know how to play chess. And then right over here, this is actually where the feast pad runs through, and you're back on the main street. Now, once you come out of that little square, then you are hit in the face with like the movie theater that's right here. There's also a really cool, like there's a lot of nice restaurants right down here as well. I filmed at one of them too. Then you also have this dope shot of the art right there on the wall. And then over here, you have all these statues of, oh, let me get out the way. Almost got hit. You also have all these statues of Komodo dragons or big lizards. Not gonna lie, I thought they were real at one point. There's a place right there called Cafe American, right? Someone suggested it, and I'll be honest, I completely forgot, but I actually went there. I've been there like 3 times already. That's my bad, whoever suggested that place. I think I commented saying that I've never been there. Thanks for the suggestion. No, I have been there. That look like the Ghostbuster van. And now something that is very common in the States is when you go to someone's house and you look at their laundry machines, a lot of people have these big, massive, like whale of machines to do their laundry and to dry their clothes. And then I'm being so serious. These big laundry machines, like these washing machines and these dryers, they are so massive. You could do my whole family's laundry in one load. I'm not even gonna lie, my mom had one of these. Me and my family went to go visit my mom about 2 years ago, right? And we went to Florida and we stayed at her house. And no joke, we put all of our laundry in to wash the clothes. And it took up maybe a quarter of the machine. I'm not even joking. We put all our clothes in there. We have a lot of clothes, but it took up maybe a quarter of the laundry machine. So then when we were doing our laundry, we got to turn the knob all the way to not small, like extra small load. But then here though, holy cow, like we do the same amount, I would say it would take up 75% of the laundry. And now this ain't no shade to my mom or anybody in the States. It's just, yeah, these things are just massive and I have not seen these things here. I haven't. It is a lot going on, holy cow. It is a lot of people here, especially that way down there. Man, like, I could barely move the camera. I'm afraid I'm gonna hit somebody. Yo, that was sauce. I ain't never seen an ambulance motorcycle. Never seen. That was my first time. Like he pulled up, he was helping this lady. Wow, come on. You cannot tell me that ain't sauce. Yeah, I know we were mainly talking about things that you won't see in the Netherlands, but that is something you will never, like I have never seen something like that in the States. Never. Oh man, and now something else that you just will not see in the Netherlands would have to be a diner. Now what's funny is that I mentioned this in a video that I kind of miss diners, and yeah, you will not see a diner in the Netherlands. But though, I actually have to take that back because pimping, I actually found one in Harlem. Okay, see, come on, all right? Look at this place. This is definitely diner vibes. Look at the aesthetic. Stools right there and everything. Come on. I guess this is the dessert bar right here behind me. All the desserts on this side. Come on, tell me that's not sauce. Man, what's crazy is that I live kind of around there, right? But I walk by it all the time. Never even noticed this place. And I'll admit, it's not a full-on diner. Like, you ain't getting hash brown and eggs and all that stuff. You ain't getting that. The aesthetics is there. Like, pimping, it's definitely has the vibe of a diner. And they even took it a step further by adding a cinema, like a cartoon cinema in the back. And now don't get me wrong, there are a bunch of things that you will not see here in the Netherlands that are just so popular in the States. For example, drive-through ATMs. You definitely ain't seeing a drive-through ATM in the Netherlands. I ain't never seen one. Now something else that I can say that I have not seen and you probably will not see here in the Netherlands is you won't see the Dutch flag like on everything, like headbands, clothes, anything and everything. Flag bikinis, flag shoes, flag sandals, flag hats, flag sunglasses, like everything. And now look, I could be definitely wrong about it. I could be completely wrong, but I have never seen that out of the almost 5 years of being here. Never seen it. Now you are gonna see like the Dutch colors flying around as well as maybe the flags at the Formula 1 race. Side note, Formula 1 is here this weekend. Hashtag get Sky Money to Formula 1. Yeah, that's about it. I've never seen people just wearing the Dutch flag like it's bikinis or hats or anything. Like, I ain't never seen it. And for me, I also think that this is also a good thing because I always found it kind of weird to be wearing the flag everywhere and also post it up in your bedroom and stuff like that. Like, to me, it was always a bit strange. I know I've mentioned this in another video. I can wholeheartedly say I actually don't know any other country I've ever been to that just has the flag everywhere. So yeah, that place that I was just at, it's actually in the red light district. It's called the Thai Street Bar and Cafe. And believe it or not, it was the only place that I could find without everybody all up in my grill. Like, all the places were packed, all of them. So I saw that place and I just jumped right on it. But since we are sort of in the naughty area, we got to be extra careful. Hey, look, we ain't trying to get banned off YouTube. Look, hey, I'm just Super Saiyan.